Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of Wealth for Generations. Now, you may be wondering to yourselves, who is this guy sitting right here and this voice that we're hearing? Well, I come to let you know that today we have a very, very special episode. Technically, because we had special technical difficulties, we got to roll the punches. If you know me, you know, I always got to keep it moving. So we have a very exciting episode for you guys today. I'm very excited to present this man to you. I don't know how it is, man. I just keep stumbling across these legends and legends in the making. And if this isn't a damn legend or a legend in the making, I don't know what it is. Just say I'm wrong, please, because man, this guy is has done a lot. He's accomplished a lot. But let's get into a little bit formal stuff real quick. You know, let's get a big ups, a shout out to the engineer holding it down today. That's me, Elijah, your host. Technically, so technical difficulties, but James is here right now. I'm holding it down. This is the podcast where you can find those gems. You can find a little bit of education and a little bit of entertainment all rolled into one. But today we got a special episode. We have a special episode today because I'm engineering and we got a solo guest. Our guest today is a man who has turned the kitchen into a classroom, cannabis into a craft, and struggle into strength. He's a chef, an author, an educator, a motivational speaker, and multiple time award winner. Yeah, you heard me. His book, Edibles Made Easy 2 Edition, is changing the way people cook and heal. He's earned he's earned 16 cannabis awards, created a nationally trademarked brand, and is inspiring entrepreneurs across the nation with his journey. So sorry, excuse me, got a little choked up there. It's just so monumental, But let's not waste another second. Let's give it up for this culinary maestro, the infusion king, the one and only Chef Turtle. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Thank you for being able to find some time within your busy schedule to come hang out with us today. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
No problem. Well, let's get into it. We have some people that are probably tuning in and looking at us right now, and they're like, "Who is this guy? Where's Elijah at? What's going on?"
He's over there.
Or actually, sorry, I got to do my quick little double check real quick. I always got to do this. I'm not in the host seat, so almost forgot to do it. There we go. We're good. Got to make sure the sound's there. So yes, let's get into it though, man. Let's talk about Chef Turtle. Now, family, today is different. Like I said, I'm engineering myself, but we're gonna get into the story and journey of Chef Turtle, aka Mr. Neil. I don't know if I want to give out the whole government and everything like that, but y'all can just call him Mr. Neil for now, or call him Chef. Alrighty. So you have a very, very powerful story, Chef. You've been open about your struggles growing up, dealing with hardships, and then finding purpose through cannabis and food. Can you walk us through how you turned those challenges? What were some of the challenges, and how you turned them into motivation and eventually into this thriving business that you have now?
Yeah. So growing up, it was just me and my mom. She worked a lot of hours to raise me, and I didn't have a lot of the luxuries that a lot of people did. But I did gain a good, strong work ethic from watching her and learning never to quit and just keep moving forward. So going with that, and then running into the wrong crowds growing up, as we all do, making the dumb choices. I went down a lot of bad paths, and then I had a couple knee surgeries that led me on to pharmaceuticals in my recovery, as they do for a lot of folks, sadly. And it ended me in a lot of bad areas I would not wish on anybody. But 11 years ago. This last Friday, it was
Congratulations,
11 years.
man.
So
Congratulations.
11 years ago, I made a choice to use cannabis for my pain and issues and transition my whole life. And from that moment, it helped everything from being able to see clearer, being able to function in a more proper manner, and finding out that I really wanted to help patients, whether it's active recovery, in recovery, or just patients that are dealing with issues that cannabis can help them with, and show them a simple way to access that with these basic infusions.
So, that is awesome. That's awesome. It's crazy how we all get to, well, not all of us, but a lot of us get to a certain point where it's like, maybe I am like meant to kind of help, and then you kind of dive into that, and then you create your own space. So while you were in the midst of that, you didn't just really enter the cannabis space. You kind of built your own lane. Now, I heard from the grapevine that you might have got banned from something.
So you're I wouldn't say banned, but I'm definitely red flagged in the cannabis industry for Arizona, because in 2024 they passed a law that bans you from entering the cannabis industry if you have a non-expungible offense on your record. Well, up until 2023, Arizona doesn't do expungals. They do set aside, discharge, and dismiss. So once you have that in play, you're still banned for 10 years from getting into the industry. I was unaware of that when I got into the industry and hired on, and they came after me. I took them to court with some lawyers, only to find out that bylaw that was passed in 2014, which basically stopped my court case dead in its tracks, and I had to just walk away. But because I took them to court, in the little hearing that we had, they threatened me to take my patient card if I took them to Supreme Court and kept it fighting in a higher court system. So because of them threatening my medical patient card to get my meds that I need for the surgeries and stuff that I had prior to all this, I told them I'd just sign the paperwork and I'd stop fighting. And then in the paperwork, they decided to add that I knowingly and willingly broke the law to get into the industry, which I was misinformed on what the law actually was. I thought it was a 5-year background check from date of sentencing, which it used to be prior to that.
Dang, so that's messed up, man. So basically you had to kind of backpedal and apologize when you didn't really do anything wrong.
Yep.
And then you still can't even, and then you're also running the risk of going back down that road you don't want to go back down, because it's giving you harder access to.
Which is why I just signed the paperwork, because you're not going to take away my medical card. The one thing that's helped me save my life because of dispensaries and keeping myself on the legal playing field, I wasn't going to let that happen.
And then was that a direct result of the consulting company, the Chef Turtle's Infusion Consulting?
I started that immediately after. I had my LLC within a month and a half of stepping away from the company that I was working for at the time. They were amazing. They took care of me. They even sent their own lawyers to bat to see if they could help me win. And once they saw that bylaw, they backed off too, because there was no point in wasting any extra money for that.
Yeah,
which I fully agree with. But the fact that they took care of me on that and made sure that when I did have to step away, all the stuff that I had to pay for, my insurance and the DA card and all that, they covered it in the end. So it ended up not coming out of my pocket, which was very nice. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Most people just get fired. They let me keep my job until everything was said and done.
That's real cool. So, shout out to them. I'm not sure if you can put the name out there or not, but shout out to that company.
It was the Mint Cannabis. I was working at the Mint Cafe. I got to co-write their hotline menu and recipes back in 2020.
Oh, nice. So you're they were the kind of the first ones out here, right? With edibles on that level.
For hot food, in the nation, they were the only and first THC infusion cafe for actual psychedelic cannabinoids.
See, man, and they had me kicking my butt. Like I said, I kind of dabbled in a little bit of edibles and stuff myself, and they started coming out with stuff like, man, I did that like 5 years ago. Like I should have known. I should have stayed with it. But it is what it is, you know. So you said right after you started the consulting company, what kind of gave you the mindset to just keep going and not give up? I understand this part is the kind of backing down in the card situation, but what made you want to keep going and kind of create something to kind of help others and do your own thing like that?
So, the cannabis industry was something I had a passion for since day one, when the market kind of opened up for everybody, when it became medical. But understanding that I had to get through a bunch of other stuff, jump through hoops before I could start, I waited and did all the legal stuff. And when that kind of came into play, it was definitely devastating. But because of all the patients that had come to me asking questions and wanting to learn, it gave me another avenue that I could legally keep myself in the cannabis industry as an educator without selling products that were infused. So I could still be on the legal end of things, keep myself on a positive mind frame moving forward and helping the community without having to sell you a product. If I can't sell it to you, I can show you how to do it and take out all the mystery for you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So are you gonna I know this is a little bit of a sidetrack from exactly what we're talking about, but have you ever thought about like doing any actual like cooking lessons? Like in person? I think I've seen one or two on your YouTube.
I do have a cooking show on YouTube, Chef Turtle's Infusion Kitchen, and I have 60 different simple recipes on there.
60?
Well, 60 plus.
Dang.
Most of them are infused, but you don't have to make the infused product. You can make them all kid friendly. You just use a regular product, whether it's butter, oil, heavy cream, sugars, alternative sugars, seasonings, honey, or flour. Whichever product I'm using as the infused product, you don't have to infuse it. If you just want to make something like my potato salad or pasta salad, I do a triple infused smoked brisket, double infused smoked turkey for Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I like that. I
So
like that.
I just want to show patients how simple it is to make these foods, on top of how to infuse them properly, and that you don't have to do sweets and treats. You can do meats, you can do savory, you can do all your sides. You can turn any recipe that you have at home into an edible with this book right here.
What book? What book was that?
Edibles Made Easy, Chef Turtle's Infusion Guide, 2nd edition.
Oh, I think I might have seen that on Amazon or something like that once or twice.
It is available on Amazon and chefturtle420.com.
Yes.
It should be available on at least 30 other websites at this point, Barnes and Noble and all them.
But I was kind of thinking, like, say somebody has like zero experience and they're just kind of one of those people who's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just so scared to even walk into a kitchen.
Folks could reach out to me and we can schedule an hour consulting on just the basics and breakdowns of things. Depending on what's going on and what we're trying to do, we can probably do a demo and extend it about 2 hours to make something.
We got looks like Gallus Morgan in the crowd here asking if there's vegan options.
The first recipe I think is a vegan chili.
Ooh, nice. Gotta get all the cuisines, you know. Well, I don't. It's not necessarily cuisine, I guess, veganism, but all the food categories, sections, types, diets,
cuisine,
however you want to say it. Yeah. All right. So, for young entrepreneurs listening, what's your biggest piece of advice for creating opportunities when the system says no?
Find a way. Whatever you want to do, just figure out an avenue to do it. I was stopped dead in my tracks by the state of Arizona, who said I can't get my DA card. I'm red flagged for it, so therefore I can't sell edibles. And as a chef, an infusion chef, that kind of puts a whole halt on your game.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to find an avenue that will work for you that you can still move forward with. So for me, because I couldn't sell you guys a product, I can teach you how to make it and show you how to make everything with my books. So that was my pivot and my movement for it. And if you find yourself in those situations where you're like, I'm hitting brick walls, I can't go forward anymore, find another avenue to work on until that one opens up. And if that one isn't going to open up, you've already started on that next avenue to go around.
Awesome. That's really, really good advice.
And don't be so hard on yourself. You are going to be your own worst critic. I'm telling you right now, you're going to beat yourself up more than anybody you could ever imagine, verbally and mentally, when you're doing something. So be easy and be nice to yourself.
That part though. Be accountable, but yes, definitely don't take it too hard on yourself, man. The world is going to be hard enough on you already. Like, seriously.
Facts.
But that's going to wrap it up for the wealthy wisdom segment of the day. Sorry, my people out there, I didn't announce that we were even in that segment, but you know how it is. If you've been rocking with me for a while, you know how the segments go. I don't even need to tell you. But that's going to wrap it up for the wealthy wisdom. We're going to roll right into the health is wealth. I know I'm pushing it up a little bit today, but I feel like a lot of people overlook the health attributes of this type of herb. So I kind of want to highlight it a little bit, you know? A lot of people don't really talk about it. So first and foremost, you know, we got to give a shout out. This is the Health is Wealth segment brought to you by Jessica Marrero and Christina Rose of Elevated Souls, even though it's not really brought to you by them today. It's brought to you by Chef Turtle today. But you know, that's our sponsors. They say that we're here to elevate your souls. You can reach them at 480-269-2649, or you can find them on IG at ELIVE, the number 8, D_SOULS. So going into the health as well. yes. Shout out to Elevated Souls. Chef, you always push the idea of food and cannabis, not just for pleasure, but for healing. How has cannabis impacted your own health journey, and how do you see it changing lives for others?
Well, like we talked about in the beginning with my stuff, as being a recovering addict because of having multiple knee surgeries and getting off of those pain meds that the doctors had me on, just in that manner right there, it has changed my life in being able to control pain, muscle spasms, tightness, and things like that I do deal with on a daily basis with cannabis instead of pharmaceuticals. So I'm able to be more clear-headed, more mindful of what I'm doing. I'm still able to fully function on all my jobs 10 times better. And if I was on those pharmaceuticals to this day, I wouldn't have this business that I've created. With that being said, I also find it healthier in different smaller ways, like with using CBD. You can use that in place of ibuprofen and things like that for anti-inflammation, muscle spasms. Also, better cognitive thinking in high stress situations. It kind of helps you relax so you can focus and comprehend what's going on. And it's not going to eat the inner linings of your intestines and stomach like using ibuprofen or some of those other ones will. It's a great relaxation aspect. If you've had a rough day, some folks like to go to the bar, have a beer, take the edge off, help relax themselves. Cannabis does that for a lot of us as well. So in those fashions, it's definitely a good stress reliever, pain reliever, anti-anxiety helper. If you're having problems eating, it can definitely help with that. So you're not nauseous all the time or cramping or things in that manner. And you can eat a proper meal and keep it down instead of 2 bites and then you're done because it's making you sick to your stomach. So there's many different fashions in the health aspect that it can help you with for healing purposes.
Nice.
And that's just a couple.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. So do you visit dispensaries, right? This is just a personal question off script.
Do I visit dispensaries? I do once in a while, but I don't normally get my stuff from dispensaries. No. I grow my own.
Okay, awesome. So do I. I try to grow my own as well. I was just gonna ask. It was just kind of a curious question. Um, do you think that these bud tenders are actually giving out the correct advice and actually educated, or are they just kind of spewing out stuff? Because sometimes you go to a dispensary and these bud tenders are trying to tell you like, oh, well, this is will help you with this, or this is like this, or you know what I mean? Like, you think they're really spewing the truth, or are they just trying to get you to buy whatever is the high end one is, or whatever they got on sale?
So I can only speak from my experiences, and I have been fortunate enough to run into a lot of very intelligent bud tenders out there. I have had my fair share of "that's fire" or "that's going to be bomb" or whatever for the responses, and I already know what I'm going to get, but I like to play dumb sometimes just to see what the knowledge level is, or if they're going to look it up online because they have a computer right in front of them to get that. And if I get the "it's fire" or no real answer to my question,
Like
I'm just
actual
going to go with
breakdown.
what I know is going to work, get a very small amount, and then head out because it's not a place I really want to be if that's the information they're giving patients. But again, a lot of the bud tenders that I have run across are very well educated with it. They take it upon themselves to educate themselves so they can help the patients better. I have a lot of friends that are bud tenders that go above and beyond. There is one guy when I was going to Ponderosa for a long time, a long time ago. I would walk in, and that man, if I was limping or whatever, he would put on the table exactly what I was going to get. Like, he knew me to the T of what strains worked for me. So I've had really good luck with finding amazing bud tenders like that. But again, there are some bud tenders that are just they want to be in the industry and they don't have the info. They haven't learned it, or they're just trying to be cool. But you can't judge all of them off just the few that are like that. Because there are a lot of well-rounded and educated bud tenders out there that want to give the knowledge to these patients so they can get the meds that they need.
Awesome. That's a good answer. Yeah, I feel like sometimes, because I'm not super knowledgeable, so sometimes I've been in situations where I'm sitting there listening to them, and I'm just like, am I just not intelligent on this matter, or are you really telling me good info? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, because sometimes they'll just start rambling off, and I'm just like, I'm not sure if you're just trying to sell me, or you really know what you're talking, or both. It might be both. You know what I mean? A good salesman will have the correct education.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could be both.
You get me on a rant, I will spiel off so much knowledge and information, and some people are like, the heck did he just say? And I get it, though, because when I'm in other classes or doing different meetings or networking things where there's speakers that are talking about more advanced things in medicine and stuff like that, I'm going the same like, holy cow, what did I walk into? This is good knowledge, but I'm like missing half of it.
Yeah. It's just like, that's just above my pay grade there. Like, so we have a good question. Another one from or was the first one from Gallus? I thought the first one. Oh yeah, they had asked about the vegan options. They had another question though. They said, do you have any input on studies done on excessive THC on the brain since it's went recreational in the States? The THC levels have spiked way higher.
I don't have any full studies on that, so I won't fully speak on that, but I will agree that due to dispos pumping, and I won't say all of them, but there are a lot of them, and they've been lab tested and all that, they're using a lot of synthetic nutrients. So it's pushing those THC levels up, crazy levels. But what they're forgetting is the terpene levels are what you really want to be elevated in those plants, because the terpenes are going to dictate how those cannabinoids react in your body. And the higher those levels are, the better the effects will internally be. And when you're just going for really high THC aspects, I've noticed, and this is just for myself, from my experiences and a couple others that I've dealt with, really high THC and low terpenes, you're just getting like a distillate with a couple extra attributes. So it can be bad for anxiety. It can inevitably be bad for overthinking or stuff like that. I know for me, if I'm feeling a little down or sad
Mm-hmm.
and I smoke something that's just has no real terps, but it's got a lot of THC in it,
Mm-hmm.
I go into an overthinking process and I'm just like dwelling on stuff. It's not what I want to be when I'm smoking my medicine. I want something that's going to lift me up. So that's why I look for those higher terpene profiles and percentages when I'm looking for my cannabis. But I can't speak on the studies that have been done because there hasn't been many that
Mm-hmm.
are really on the books and valid. There's been a
Yeah.
few here and there, but until you have a full all over the nation, thousands and thousands of people coming together doing these studies,
Mm-hmm.
you're just it's this portion of people, and then this portion of people could be completely different due to the fact that everyone's endocannabinoid system is completely different
Mm-hmm.
for absorption rates, how it's functioning, and all that. They're similar in many aspects, but they're different in many aspects.
You mean like the way our body reacts
Mm-hmm.
to it?
Your body, you could consume 20 milligrams and it could floor you, and I could consume 20 milligrams and not feel it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's different levels on how it's actually reacting in every single
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like I definitely I kind of see it. That's kind of part of the reason why I wanted to start growing my own, because it just I don't know. I'm a little older too than I look. Sometimes like I'll be 41 in November. So I remember
Okay.
the
Happy
days
early
of
birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I turned 40 this year.
Oh, happy birthday to you too. 40, it's crazy, right, man? 40s.
I'm looking
40.
forward to it.
I mean, I'm happy about it, but just part of me is just still like, damn, we made it to 40.
Yeah, I'm surprised I made it
Fuck.
this far. Well,
Yeah.
not at this point, I'm not surprised, but
Mhm.
12 years ago or farther back, if you would have been like, you going to make it to 40? But I don't know. My
Maybe.
choices I'm making, I'm probably out the door in 2 years, bro.
Right, like man, like 40s, man, it's crazy. But yeah, I remember days of like having to spend 5-10 minutes just to get rid of the sticks and the seeds. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
So going into dispensaries and seeing stuff now, it's like part of me is just like,
Remember doing the frisbee, break it all
man.
up, and then do the sifter so all the seeds fall?
Oh yeah, so come to the bottom, yeah.
Make life a little
Gotta
easier.
fold it in half and just kind of shh. But yeah, man, I don't know. I've just part of me as everything's gotten better, which is technically kind of good, like for the weed connoisseur and the people who really like it. But it just made me start thinking too much about it. You know what I mean? Like also too, while while we got into the recreational and the dispensary type of things, I also started looking into my food choices more. So that kind of came together as being like, if I'm looking at my fruits and vegetables and I don't want them to be GMO'd and supersized and always the peak, like why is it always got to be the peak? Then I started looking at my weed the same way. I'm like,
No more
wait a
bioengineered
second.
ingredients. We don't
Yeah.
want that.
I'm like, this, and it's not even necessarily that it's too good. I'm just like, this weed's got to be GMO, right? It's got to be like, it's too.
You can get some really high potency strains with the good genetics that are solid, but you got to know the exact feeding methods that you're using and giving them exactly what they need when they need it. And there's a lot of phenomenal cultivators out there that do it in organic fashions that produce those high potency plants, but they're also producing high potency terpene profiles as well. So it's not just one angle they're looking at. They're hitting all angles when they're doing it. It's not a money thing for them, for the home growers. It's more of a perfectionist aspect. So doing it that way, you can definitely get those high levels on every angle doing an organic way. You're just being more meticulous with how you're feeding it, what you're taking care of, what genetics you're actually purchasing and growing. It's so many different levels you're gonna have to look at it. But those home growers are doing it.
Yeah, no. I had a buddy that was doing a good amount, and he was the one that kind of inspired me to just do it at home. Like I'm not doing anything crazy. I've got just 4 plants at home, so I'm just doing enough for me.
Yeah, I'm doing 4 plants at the house right now too.
Yeah. And actually I'm glad that we got to 4, because last time even though it came out, I had a really good harvest, but I ended up with only 2 out of like 30 seeds.
Okay.
So with me having 4 right now, I'm like, hell yeah. Like I doubled up basically.
Right. Got to keep it growing.
Yeah. But yeah, man, for me, it's more of
Integrity Farms.
is that a brand you're familiar with?
Yeah, from South Park.
Oh, is it? Do you know? Are you comfortable dropping any good edible brand names, or should we just tell them to make it at home with the Chef Turtle's infusion guide?
So what does it say? Favorite brand names or
Yeah,
top
it's
brand name
top
edibles?
brand name edibles.
Chef Turtle, make your own with these infused products on this book and this book. They will make you the best full spectrum edibles. Works well with either concentrates or flour. But
And everything always tastes better at home.
I will say Halo's got some decent edibles that are out there. I enjoy them. I've enjoyed them a lot. I've had a lot of good edibles from Wana and Sofa King. But now I'm starting to look at Sublime's got some good stuff. Keef Cola is a good one. I used to enjoy drinking the root beers back in the day. Um, but now I'm starting to look at the dyes because I don't eat red dyes, yellow dyes, or blue dyes anymore. I've pretty much completely cut them out 2 years ago. And so I can't really consume. I'm finding out I can't consume a lot of the edibles that are made in dispensaries.
Yeah.
Because they have those dyes in them. Not all of them, but I'm learning that. And I'm like, you guys got a good brand. You got a good formula. I just can't have that one piece that's in it.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks too, because I got like me as well. I'm paying more attention to my diet, and I feel like because I don't really go to dispensaries now, but when I was still going, and I would see something that might look kind of interesting, and then I flip it over, and I'm just like, nope, this is basically made by Nestle. Like I can't eat any of this shit. Like I don't want any of that. So it's like when I see people like you out here trying to encourage doing it at home and better quality, I always like to see that because there's a lot of edibles out there that are just really just throwing stuff together and putting it out there. And not to say that they're like doing it necessarily just for the money, but sometimes that's what people know.
Oh, that's corporate business right there. That's how
So
it goes. And I also like to gear patients that like homemade edibles. If they want to provide the meds themselves, Ruby Red Confections is an amazing source to get homemade edibles. You just have to provide the meds and pay the service fee because
I
she
never
doesn't
heard of
sell the edibles, but she will make the edibles with your own products. So you can be
So you're
strain
more
specific
of
on that.
you're more of hiring the chef.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily buying edibles.
She's one of my best friends, and she was one of my mentors and head chef at the Mint Cafe when we worked there together.
That's dope.
So I would definitely, I send all my catering folk there too, because I don't do the catering anymore, but she takes care of everybody extremely well. But that's another medicated option for those that want home cooked stuff.
Awesome. What's that name again of the business again, just in case?
Ruby Red Confections.
Ruby Red Confections. Yes. So if you guys want to go that route, hit her up for sure. But let's get back into we got the last question for the health is wealth. Being an entrepreneur is stressful. What's your balance routine? How do you take care of yourself while running a business, traveling, teaching, writing, and still showing up for people?
Scheduling time for myself, whether it's physical health, mental health, or emotional health, you have to make sure to schedule time for yourself. That's a big one that I'm just now learning after 5.5 years of getting my business going. And that's because I'm such a hard worker. I've got a good work ethic, but I don't stop to take care of myself. So I will burn myself out 5 times over before I go, maybe I should slow down. Guilty. Even though I've created all this and I got to keep it going, it's healthy to slow down once in a while and take some time for yourself. So schedule those days, schedule those hours. It doesn't matter if it's like 2 hours out of the day or whatever. For me, my first couple hours in the day, if I'm not working with the catering company, is my personal time. I may jump online or something, but I don't respond to people. It's my time with me and my dog. And that's my morning stuff. I do my workouts. We go for our walks. We have our coffee. You got to make sure you have your own me time, especially in the beginning too, because you're going to burn yourself out fairly quickly when you start thinking about every single thing that you want to accomplish and all the work that's going to go into it to get to those goals.
Awesome. That's a great answer. That's going to wrap it up for the Health is Wealth segment of the day, though. and we're gonna roll right into the Wacky Wealth. So Wacky Wealth is usually just something either oddball or kind of entertaining that we like to bring up and talk about. We've been heavy with the wisdom. Now let's lighten it up a little bit. Chef, what's the wildest thing you've ever infused with cannabis?
I don't know if it's the wildest thing, but I did make a 52,969.2 milligram edible.
What? How do you even remember that number? Like you did the math so many times.
Uh-huh.
It's just stuck.
After getting all the test results back and everything, it was fully tested, full COAs from the lab, Eternum Analytics out at University of Arizona in Tucson. It was the most potent edible pound for pound video that I made. It was a 3.6 pound ice cream sandwich.
Dang.
And pound for pound, it was over 14,000 milligrams for each pound, and totaling up to 52,969.2 milligrams. Damn, I wanted to make a 50,000 plus edible. That was a goal of mine. And my buddies, Rob and Josh, the owners of Simply Professional Formula, decided they were going to be the sponsors for the video. And Rob met me when I was at an event in Tucson. Walked in, it was just like, look, what are you wanting to do? And I want to do this. He's all, okay, I'm going to sponsor you.
Nice.
We're going to do, I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's a lot. We did 90 something grams of concentrate for that one edible. Like, it was ridiculous.
Is there you got like pictures on social media or anything for that?
I've got the whole video on Chef Turtle's Infusion Kitchen on YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, so guys, go check that out. Go check that out for sure. Like that's insane. That is insane.
I would say that would probably be one of the craziest ones I've done. The turkey, the infused turkey and infused brisket, a lot of people were very hyped up about.
I bet the brisket for sure. Like people go crazy for regular brisket.
So infusing it. Yeah, everybody that was at that party that I did for the video, and if you watch the video on YouTube, you'll see everybody. They went home after that and took a 2 to 5 hour nap. Every single person. I got a message later on in the evening from almost everyone. Dude, I'm just waking up.
So, what would you say on the flip side? What is the biggest disaster you've had? Something that you were trying and you just couldn't get it to work.
The biggest disaster I've had,
or even scare if you haven't had like an actual like disaster, something that may have been like, if I didn't catch this in time, it would have been a disaster.
Okay, so we'll go with this book right here because I had so many issues with the publishing company. I had a lot with this one as well, but with this book, and I'm pretty sure it's on the back of this one. It's a misprint. There's a missing picture in this one. It's all better now. I got everything changed. But on top of everything happening like that, there's no page numbers.
There's no page numbers.
I was blamed for all the mistakes that the publishing company did. Like I said earlier, this book should be on 30 different websites, but from my knowledge at the moment, it's only on Amazon. I would have to go look at other ones because when they uploaded it to Amazon and to Ingram Spark, they didn't format it correctly after I told them it needed to be redone. And now that they're getting it, they have to reformat it now. They did it obviously for the Amazon one. They didn't do it for that one, which leads it to 29 other websites. So it's only been on Amazon. But dealing with that, and I mean, I burnt myself out and destroyed myself for 2 months, blaming myself for all the mishaps that were going on with a company that I was paying to do the work. That wasn't doing what they were telling me they were going to do, and then going back on everything that they said they would do.
Were they like at least lenient with the finances and stuff like that? They weren't like trying to be like, oh well, we messed up, but you gotta pay us again to fix this problem, or
not the reformatting that they've already done, but if I want page numbers, it's going to be another $1,000.
Oh really?
Like it's
like
ridiculous.
You guys forgot my page numbers. Like
they created the content page for all the different page numbers with all the different things. What page is the butter infusion on? What page is
So you
this? The
just
table
got
of contents. That's what I'm trying to think of. They created this whole page,
the
and it's
table.
all got numbers on it over here. Or over here. But, yeah, and so it was my fault that they didn't have page numbers because the
That's wild.
reformatting that they had to do, they didn't send me for approval. They just uploaded it immediately, even though I approved the old formatting with the numbers, but told them that they needed to change, I think, 4 different things, and that was it. So when they
Crazy.
redid everything, they forgot to add a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, things are going to happen. This, to me, at this point, is hilarious. There's no page numbers. We're stoners, whatever. Things happen. What matters to me is this information is all correct. It's all solid. And it's for the patient to make things a lot simpler.
Right.
So if
and
you
then you get to brush up on your 1, 2s, and 3s, you know?
Exactly. You got it. 1 page, 2 page.
Right.
We'll figure this out page. But yeah, like, you're going to deal with a lot of crazy a-holes in your career building it up, and people that you're going to pay for stuff that are not going to do what you're wanting them to do or what they're saying they're going to do. So be vigilant, be mindful, do your research. And if something like that does happen, hey, just take it in stride. Don't stress as much as I did on this. Granted, this is a baby I've been working on for over a decade. So
I mean, I'm sure the gray hairs don't agree, but I'm sure the stress was definitely justified. Like you said, like, this was your baby, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe there could have been a couple of times where it could have been dialed down a notch or two, like 1 or 2, but it's your, like you said, it's your baby. Like, if you're not gonna be aggressive and adamant about it, who is?
Yeah, and I'm very, I won't say soft, but I'm very business professional when I'm dealing with anybody, especially when I'm dealing with people I've hired.
Mm-hmm.
I may be mad and you're going to get bluntness from me, but you're not going to get any kind of verbal attack, any kind of just bullying from me. You're just going to get, this is wrong. What's going on? Maybe a stern tone of voice, but that's about as far as I go.
Okay.
And that can also be a downfall because I'm maybe way too nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it goes hand in hand, you know. It's kind of up to you, though, you know, because I feel like if you enjoy the leisure and you enjoy the positivity, like, what's the point of even letting yourself get to that point?
exactly.
You know what I mean? To bring in that negativity and bring in that upsetness, like,
me yelling at you is not going to change the work you're going to do. It's probably going to make you go slower.
mm-hmm.
But being stern and being professional at the same time, like, yeah, I'm mad at you. We need to get this taken care of, but I'm paying you to do this. A lot of money, thousands of dollars to do this. You need to do your job for what I'm paying you for. And that's the end of the story,
Right.
kind of a thing. That's the end of the day. We get it done and done. And then we can just move forward with our life.
So then, rolling into the next one, what would you? Right, that's what I was kind of chuckling at myself earlier. Oh my God, it's Tony Hawk. Shoot, man, it better not be, because I probably have to pay for that time.
Right?
I can't charge him; he's gonna charge me. But what was I gonna say? Oh, what's the funniest reaction you've had from someone trying some of your food, some of your edibles? Either like either firsthand seen, or someone told you later, like, "Hey, man, I slept for like 16 hours. I had that cookie you gave me," or
so I had good reactions. I've had a lot of good reactions. I had one lady that she came, took my workshop, got my book, and she was always complaining that edibles, they would work sometimes, they wouldn't work others. They were just really not consistent. And then she started using my methods and my recipes. And I think about 3 months later, she dropped a comment on one of my posts. Your methods have saved my life. Every single edible I make and eat works perfect, exactly the way it's supposed to, every single time now. I can actually function and get through my day without dealing with all the issues I was dealing with prior to this. Thank you.
that's awesome.
I don't know. I'm not quoting it because I don't know if that's for verbatim for what she said, but it's basically that line. Those kind of things really, I get a little tear in my eye when I see those. It makes me really happy that I got to help change someone's aspect on it.
That's definitely one of those.
Another one, I will do the funny aspect. This is before I started educating. I made 3 batches of brownies. This is back in the day when you're in the hustling game.
Mhm.
I gave 2 batches of brownies to a buddy of mine for him and his friends. I got a phone call 4 days later, just basically going, dude, we lost so much money because this whole house fell asleep for 4 days. We'd get up, eat a brownie, go back to bed. Get up, eat a brownie, go back to. We had to put the brownies away so we wouldn't eat them anymore. I guess they slept for 4 days just eating on pans of brownies that were 200 milligrams for each brownie.
Oh snap!
But I
200.
I wasn't doing the math back then. I
Those are
realized
the fun days, right?
Yeah.
When you're just experimenting, you're like, I don't know how much this is. You find out a couple hours later.
Though you're gonna find out real quick on that. But that was for funny ones. That was probably the funniest phone call. I might still have the message in my phone.
Oh yeah,
Too.
nice. Well, we're gonna take a really quick break. We gotta pay those bills. Can you pay my bills? We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, it's Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken, Habari Entertainment sponsor. Let's go get it. Man, this Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken. I ain't never had a piece of fish that tastes so good. I'm not a shrimp person, but they fried shrimps. It's so good. It's so good. The dressing and the greens and the cornbread.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back. Shout out to Mama Souls, definitely. And that's gonna wrap it up though for what were we just on? The Wacky Wealth. That's what it was. That's gonna wrap it up for the Wacky Wealth segment of the show. But you know what that means? That means we're rolling into the final segment of the show. It's one of my favorites. I know it's one of y'all favorites. It's called We Building Boy. Yes. So if you're not familiar with We Building Boy, that's when we promote. We got to give a shout out to our sponsors real quick, and then we get to hear Mr. Gosh darn it, my brain was just like dirt. We're gonna give a shout out to the sponsors real quick, and then we're gonna get a chance for Mr. Chef Turtle to drop some promos and stuff like that. Yes. Yes. Make sure to catch us every Saturday. Let's give to Wave. And then also we got to give up for all of our podcasts. And then sea moss gel, your fresh pressed juice, handmade jewelry, all those things. And then now, last but definitely not least, even though I just said that for Elevated Souls, but this guy's in the building. All right. So we got Chef Turtle. We're gonna give you the floor, sir, and it's time for you to promote.
If you want to check out Chef Turtle 420, you can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Chef Turtle 420 or Neil Chef Turtle. Any of those sites. I'm also on Social Club. I've got my YouTube channel that everybody needs to go check out. If you like meat, sweets, treats, and drinks that are medicated to your liking, go check out Chef Turtle's Infusion Kitchen on YouTube. Also, if you need a quick pick-me-up for the day, you're having a little rough day, maybe anxiety or depression, I do motivational shorts on that channel as well, Chef Turtle 420 on YouTube. So make sure to go check it out. If you like this shirt and many others, love, peace, and 420, I've got all kinds of stuff on chefturtle420.com for my shop. I've got smile hats. I've got different positive quotes to help lift you up, and a few others like it's 420 somewhere. So make sure to check them all out. Also, last but not least, if you are interested in taking a workshop, you can message me, send me a message, and we can schedule it through chefturtle420.com. It'll send you right to my email or on any of my social media websites, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. And if you don't want an in-person or anything, you just want a video workshop, Patreon.com/Chef Turtle 420. I have my full workshop video up there, and it's only $3 a month. So better go get those subscriptions and learn how to make edibles in your own home the easy way.
The easy way.
Also,
yes.
If you need to get this book, Chef Turtle's Infusion Guide, 2nd edition, Edibles Made Easy, now with tips and tricks on cultivating your plants. It is available, again, chefturtle420.com and Amazon.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for making some time to come down and hang out with Wealth for Generations. Let's give a round of applause for Chef Turtle. Thank you very much, sir. And good luck to everything in the future. I'm pretty sure we'll be crossing paths again. Also, give a round of applause, too, for all you viewers out there, supporters, followers, all of that. Thank you, guys. And
can I mention one more thing?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Earl Cup is October 18th, and I'm always there doing free mini workshops. I will be teaching basic butter and oil infusion at 1 o'clock on October 18th at Earl Cup Arizona Scaregrounds. I will be teaching proper dosing and gauge loss from 2 o'clock on, and then I will be doing definitions of different types of infusions and terpene breakdowns at 3 o'clock. So make sure to check it out at the Earl Cup.
At the Earl Cup. Yes. Make sure you guys check them out at the Earl Cup. Catch up with them.
And
check
it is
out the
free
website.
Education.
Man. You can't beat free education. Better get it while you can. Get them gems and jewels. Get them all. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Appreciate the support. And on that note, peace.